Hey everyone, welcome back to part 2 of my WIP parade. Alright, if you haven't seen part 1, go ahead and jump on over there and see that first. If you have, I'm just going to go ahead and get into it. As a reminder, there may be some noises that happen because I do live in a house with other people, and I may cough, hopefully not. This is a very unedited video, and there's going to be a lot of unzipping and rezipping and putting away. So, I'm just going to start with this guy, and we're going to see where I get. So, oh, we're not going to show that. That's a bag of finishes. Okay, I'm literally just pulling out some stuff right now because I need to know what's in here. I don't need to show you guys yet. It's fabric. I don't have to show you any of those. That's also fabric. Oh, patterns. Oh, hey, there's one. I'm pulling out things out of here right now just because I have a bit that is in here that can be shown and a bit that's not shown. So, that's open. Alright, cool. So that's all I have to show you in there. I have everything else. Sorry. All this stuff can go back in because you've already seen death by cross stitch, which see if I can get back in this bag here. I'm gonna put this away first because if I don't, I will get mad. Alright. Okay. There we go. That's all. So I have a little stack out of there. So we're gonna go ahead and start with this guy. This is one of my printed stamped kits. I don't know where this came from. I know who the artist is, and I'm quite upset that I can't find a pattern that has her artwork. So it is this little snowman that's as good of a picture as I'm going to find for you. I have stitched a huge amount on this guy. He is like another bit of my furthest along stitching. At first I kind of debated on whether I was going to stitch it or not. If I could have found a better pattern with him, I was, because this is a you probably recognize that snowman. It's a Donna Gelsinger snowman. But at the time I did not know that. So I have that. I'm stitching it to see what will happen. But that's all I know about it. I could not find a pattern with that particular snowman anywhere. So I have what I have. Next up is unconventional cross stitch, and it is an introduction of hope, which looks like this. This is one of the first ones I've ever bought and started from them. I started this, what is this on? I don't remember. I think it's 28 count. That would make sense. 1/1 full cross on 28 count. It is a center start because I wanted to make sure my margins were going to line up with this particular pattern, because I think I was cutting it close on either the sides or something to that effect. Yes, this is a full page, by the way. Uber tiny. I like this pattern. I don't like having started it in the middle, but I did it for purposes of making sure it was centered in the fabric and making sure my margins were right. Alright, next is I don't know if it still is, it's a freebie pattern from a cross stitch group, I think from Cross Stitch by Visa or something like that. It is a Lord of the Rings, which honestly, if you could get a hold of the one from Tilton Crafts, which is the One Ring, I think that one's better, but I have what I have. And it was a freebie, so I went with this one instead. I'm already a page through it and partway through the second page, and it's not bad. I just think the charting is better on the Tilton Crafts one versus this one, but I'm not going to trade just because I have already stitched so much of this one, and I'm not going to stitch a second time. But that is what I have. I think once it's like far enough away, it'll come out just fine. It's 2 over 1/10 stitch on 25 count, in case I didn't say that. Here is a Dinky Dyes design sampler, which is Bats and Cats sampler. This one is stitched using the Dinky Dyes threads, and it is 2 over 2 and doing all the things, and it is on 28 count dense fog. I don't know if that's a picture of this plus or not, because it does not say. It's as big as it is. I'm 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm in the about to hit like the 8th band, and I think there's only like 12. It's supposed to fit on this whole thing. It's awesome. At least I hope it fits. Let's put it that way. Because we are definitely, you know. One of my very few samplers. If you haven't realized, I don't have a lot of samplers. So, here we go. Next is an artiste kit that is called Carousel Fantasy Horse, and it looks like this. So I was originally going to stitch this. I use the kit fabric and the kit threads. However, I'm going to be swapping out one of the kit threads, which is the blending filament. It is stitched on, what is this on? How would a 14-year-old kid be able to do this? Just my questions. 14 count light blue Ada. I struggled with my that's as far as I got. There's some white in there, by the way, but because everything, there's a lot of the blending filament that gets stitched in with some of the threads, and it's that like really horrific kit blending filament. It just breaks, so I just oh, I have to fix it. I'm going to be trading out and getting the Krynic blending filament. Now this one I have to fix. This was a kit I got for Christmas one year from Janlin, a needlecraft kit. It is called Peaceful Shores. It looks like this, at least it should. Now I have to actually frog everything out, and I've got to do it carefully because I have it in the wrong orientation. It's supposed to be this way, and I stitched it this way, so I just kind of stopped. But one day I will be frogging all that out, but until then it just kind of is in its little unfrogged state. So So yeah, there's that. And then my little buddy has a little one in here. I had a thing for cactuses, so this is a little cactus bag. This is a Busilla kit that was very prominent throughout, which was the Live, Laugh, Love kit, and or Live, Love, Laugh, not Live, Laugh, Love, Live, Love, Laugh, and it is using the kit fabric and threads, which is 14 count white Aida. This is what it looks like. And it is a pain in the booty because it is very blocky, which is something that I thought was going to be excellent, and you know, when you discover you don't really like all that. However, I did grid this one on the fabric. I gridded all the way out. So, started in the middle, went over to the side, gridded the entire thing using my Clover pencil. But that did not entice me at all. Okay. Let me put it all back in the bag with all the things. Excuse me. This bag had way more other things. If y'all are interested in seeing my finishes, you'll have to let me know. But for now, we're just showing the WIPs. I'm not counting these, by the way, so if you are, good on ya. Next, let's go ahead. I know y'all have probably seen this in my what's in my bin stuff, but we're gonna show it again anyway, because there's only a few in here. So this one is gonna be Blue-Eyed Stare, which is a Pain-Free Crafts. I think this was a freebie on their Facebook group, and it looks like this. Wonderful gray kitty with blue eyes. It is 1/1 full cross on 28 count. That's literally all I have. Very small start anyway. This is also another small start. This was my new start this year, which is Mini Top Frog by Jody Bergsma and Heaven Art Design. Oh, I clicked the wrong thing. Okay, here's the mock-up. This is just the regular colors. I did not get max color or none of that nonsense. So there is that. It is 1/1 full cross on 28 count. That's all I have. Just shy over 200 something stitches. Did not really get into that one very well. Okay. Next I have one of my beloved Glendon Place kids charts. This is Grasshopper Pie using the called for threads, not the called for color of fabric. The fabric is 32 count summer khaki. It is a Lagana. This is being stitched 2/2 full cross. That is what it will look like. I have 1/4 of it stitched, so it is 1/4 of the way through the stitching. No beads yet. There are beads that happen on this, but I don't have any beads on this one yet. You'd think I'd be way further on this because of it being green, but I think I just want to savor it for some reason. Of course, my chart is trying to break apart from the booklet, but it is very loved, so. I actually found this particular one in a lot on eBay, and it was kitted up for me, so I didn't have to do that. Here is another one of my lovely Dimensions Star Wars kits. This is Darth Vader. being stitched using the kit fabric and threads, and it is on 14 count black Ada. This is the first one that I'm doing on black fabric. I have never stitched on black fabric until this year. I know I started this one in July. You can barely see any of it because a lot of it is black on black. Don't know why we do that, but we do. So, fun story about this one. I took this to my niece's 3rd birthday, thinking it would be a great idea because it was already, you know, had all the fabric, the needle, the thread, all that good stuff. And all I had to do was toss in a pair of scissors. The eye of the needle was broken. So, there's that. Oh, there's one. Let me see if I can find the photo of this. This is quotes to live by from Stitcherovia. It's a retired Sal from many years ago. I don't really know how many years ago it is. I'm not doing this. I'm going to delete that. Sorry. Yes, move to trash. Thank you. Just found something I wasn't going to do, and I didn't want it clogging up my stuff, so deleted it. There it is. I believe it's this one. Yeah, it would be this one. This was the last one I opened. I am working this 2/2 on some sort of mystery, like natural linen that I think I got from Hobby Lobby or Michael's or something, some such nonsense, using the color Cobforth colors. Excuse me. I hate this fabric, but I'm so far into this that it's just like, it is what it is. I just don't like this fabric. It's horrible, which is why I'm glad I don't have any more of this fabric. It'll be beautiful when it's done. It's horrible. The thing that makes me annoyed is that at the beginning, there's a color that totally blends into the fabric. You kind of see it up here. I started back stitching the bits that are there, and the rest of it that was like supposed to be as backstitch I took out and replaced with black. So that will be a little different. At the beginning when I started it, I was like, oh, it'll be fun, it'll be just like textured, but then it was just like, when I picked it back up, I was like, that's a horrible idea. So I started to backstitch it. This is what it will look like when it is hopefully one day completed. I'm not even through the top part of the frame, so there's that. You know. Okay, that's everything. Well, that's not everything that was in the box, because I have more over here that was in the box. Okay, this is needing to come out. I was stitching on it. But in order for you to get the full effect, it has to come out. Same as like with my big guy. I've got to take him out too, which is so sad. I had him in that frame and everything. Oh, hey, I can do it like that. Alright, this is Mini Cozy Christmas. It is by Heaven and Earth Designs. Artwork is Donna Gelsinger. It is 2/110 stitch on 28 count. This one is stitched cross country because my attention was everywhere. I started it in the diagonals and I regret it immediately. But I started it that way because it is so heavily confetti. But I'm all the way across, so side to side, that is the width of how big it will be. Yes, the wreath is prominently finished. Did that one year. Don't remember what year it was that I finished it, but I did. This one can come out too. Okay, this is Bloodhound by Artisy. I don't have a lot of Artisy charts, but, well, I have a lot of their recharts. I don't, this is the only one I have that is actually started. I don't know the artist though. The only reason I have this one is because it kind of looks like my dog, which is not a bloodhound. It just has the same facial features though. She's a Basset Shepherd, but the facial features reminded me of her, so I bought it. It is 2/110 stitch on 25 count. And that's as far as I've gotten. I've stitched on it a bit this month. Not a lot, just a little bit. Okay. So there is that part. My other WIP. Take it all hoop. Get it situated in my hoop all nice too. This is the Castle Homecoming Sal from Frosted Pumpkin. So it's not all the way out yet, but that is where I'm at with it. I don't have a picture to show you the full thing, so I don't know what it's all going to look like. Currently working on Clue 7. So there's him. I will undo my supersized in a little bit because I just wanted to get those ones out of the way. I don't have a picture of that either. Shame on me. Okay. Now, let's see if I can show you this one and this one. This one is not open. That one's not open. That one's not open. Who's the stamp? You can see that. There wasn't as many in that box as I thought. It would be nice if it was just a part 2. Okay, this is also a, gosh, what was I thinking? I don't even know. I don't even know how big that margin is there. That's gonna be insane. This is one that I charted that I call it, Anubis. It's a little bit on the, risque side. Because it's a picture of Anubis and Bastet. It is 1/1 full cross on 22 count ivory. This is Hardanger. I'm not sure what's going on with that margin up at the top there, but you know, you live and you learn, right? Apparently I don't very well. So 22 count Hardanger. I have no idea what's up with that margin. I have like the tiniest margin at the top. And I need to like sew over it because if I don't, it's gonna be... I've already unpicked this once. I really feel like I just want to restart this again. I do like the 22 count fabric. Honestly though, if I was going to do it again, I'd do it on 20 and not 22. Because I think the 22 count just, it frays so much. And I really just want to get rid of it. So I may actually, like, restart this. Excuse me, that was, I didn't think. Yeah, I may wind up restarting this one, even though this was the second time that I started it. Like, I love it because you can see, like, the hieroglyphics in the stoneware there, but I just don't, I don't like this fabric. So either I do it on 32 count and it could be smaller. That might not be a bad idea. it would either be 1/1 full cross on 20 count, or it will be 1/1 10 stitch on 32 count. But I think I'm going to restart it. I just don't like this fabric. And I don't know if I would ever use this fabric for anything else, because I don't like 22 count hard hanger. So there is that. If I can get it to load, you will see it. The internet is being a little bit crappy, as it normally is. Shall we try again? Oh my gosh, what in the world? Okay. Trying again. Is it because I'm on the internet? Should I get off the internet? I think I should take it off the Wi-Fi. Sometimes the telephone will work better off the Wi-Fi. And sometimes it doesn't. I don't know what it's doing. Aside from being ridiculous. Hurry up. My goodness. I've never had technology be so slow before. At least not this slow. It was working just fine a minute ago. In the meantime, while we're waiting for the Anubis picture to show up. Oh, okay. This is a very small little one, which is why I don't know why it's not done. It's literally just a plaid. What is it called? Plaid deer? I don't even know what it's called. It's probably like plaid reindeer or something like that. Plaid deer is what it is called. Little tiny dimensions kit, plaid deer. I have most of the brown done. It was just one of those wonderful little kits that comes with like the hoop and everything. So there's that. Any day now, internet, I swear. Gosh, it just does not want to do what I want it to do today. I don't want to upload it again because it's like halfway through the upload and it's being dumb. I could sit here for... As it just decided to say no connection. You are such a jerk. I hate the internet around this house. The internet here sucks, by the way. As per most everybody knows, the internet is just crappy. Jeez. I don't care about a voicemail. Stop giving me voicemails. That's interesting. It's also an interesting question. Oh, more than halfway now. We're almost there, so you'll see this photo very soon. If you don't like it, I'm sorry. Look away. It's one of those wonderful risque photos. If that's not your cup of tea, I'm so sorry. I charted it myself using Pixel Stitch yet again, and this was like the last one that I charted with Pixel Stitch, so if I could find the photo, I'd rechart it. But I don't think it came out too terribly bad as far as Pixel Stitch. So that is what Anubis and Bastet look like. Hound dog, yep. Love it. It's, oh, I love it. I love it. Don't ask. But it is something to me. That one will never change. Alright, so away from that naughtiness is Mini Chocolate, Chocolate and More Chocolate, which is a Randall Spangler, and it is by Heaven and Earth Designs. It is my only started Randall Spangler at this moment. It's not the only one I own, it's the only one I've started. This is what he will look like. I am doing this 1/1. I think this is 25 count, 1/1 full cross. And oh, that is the length of it. Okay, my margins are a little weird on the side. I started trying to do it extreme cross country. This is the front, which is why there's stuff everywhere. So I haven't picked it up in a little while. I started over here. This side my margin's a little off, but this is the full width. So if it's in the fabric and I have enough to frame, I think over here, it's just big mistake of margin being weird. It also looks like my fabric is crooked, doesn't it? No? Maybe I was just holding it crooked. Okay. So, yeah, I haven't discovered the best way to stitch this one yet, so it's kind of just a little bit of everywhere. And I'm sure once I find out the best way, I can really start to get rid of some of those waste threads and all that good stuff. But until then, it's just kind of going in its bag. And last from that container, that's crazy. Oh, this one's a good one. You guys will like this one. This is Rainbow Celebration Fairies, and it is the regular size chart. Ugh. This is a regular chart. Jeez, I could quit clicking the wrong button. So this is a regular size chart. It is from Heaven and Earth Designs, and it is artwork by Mika Jelena. This is what it will look like. And this one I kind of stitched. I've done the full like length of the pattern, but just in different areas, and there is a lot of threads happening. So this is what I've done, and I have like 3 different columns of rows. It is 1/1 full cross on 25 count fabric. Oh, there's so much happening. I really need to work on this again. There's so much happening in this thing, and so many faces, and so much. I was working on this page up at the top to try to get to go up again to get that page, and I have like a page the partial page down here that I need to do, which is all purple, just like this one, which was, there's something right there, something got on it. There's all purple, and then there's like a page and a partial on this column, and then that column would be done. Yeah, oh gosh, much going on in this project. It's so many threads, y'all. I love my parking. I just do. This pattern at the time, whenever I had been stitching it, it really brought me a lot of joy. I don't know if it would now, but it did. Okay. I have one more container, and then I have a few randoms. I'm gonna pause you for a minute and grab my randoms. Alright, here we go. So, I'm gonna start with some of the randoms, and I'm not exactly sure where I'm gonna put them. So, first up is this stamp kit that has been on like a scroll type frame for a while. And it is like a pink door. I don't remember where this came from, but it was a pink door kind of pattern. And I do have a little of it stitched, just not a lot. Sorry if you just heard some dinging sound on my computer. I don't know what it was for. So I'm just going to stick all of its threads in here and go like this. It's a pretty long pattern. I just don't have a lot of it done, unfortunately. It at the time was just something to stitch. Here's one. This is in a bag by itself. This is a baby quilt, not for anyone in particular. I don't actually have a photo. Oh yeah, I do. It is an artiste kit called Once Upon a Time. It's a little like ABC quilt for babies. I have goodness, got a bit of it, a little bit of it done, not a whole lot. It's not for anyone in particular. I just thought it was adorable, so I started stitching it. I don't know how it will come out though, because like I have been stitching it through the quilt top, and I don't know, I have to figure out how to like end it, or how I'm supposed to end it, if you back it or whatnot, but it's definitely not something that is a priority, let's put it that way. It's certainly not priority, because there are no children in the foreseeable future at this moment, so maybe one day, but just not now. Which kind of sucks to say, because I am in my 30s. I do need to clean it, so, but it just kind of lives in this bag. So there's that. Oh. This is not cross stitch. This is needlepoint, actually, from, who is it? Nancy's Needle. And it's the Shades of Summer. And gosh, there's a lot going on. I have that much done. I had actually found a little discrepancy in it with my counting, not the pattern, but I just had to make the layout just there were some that had to be a little fatter than others because I just didn't count properly, but that's my fault and not theirs, so mine will be just a smidgen different. And it has all the water lilies and things, which have been interesting. Okay. Somewhere I have the paper somewhere. I do. Somewhere I have the paper. I don't know where the chart is to this. So this is a Heaven and Earth Designs. And I don't remember who it's by. No, I do. It's... oh, no. I do. I gotta find it. What's her name? Because I have another pattern by her. This one is a QS Dragonfly. I know that much. I gotta find my Hay charts because I have another one from her. These are retired, or this one is retired, by the way. What is her name? Jessica Galbraith. That's what her name is. This is QS Dragonfly. I had actually gotten this off of eBay. And I have the butterfly one as well. I don't have the Namaste, the lotus flower, but I do have this. This one is probably, this is my first Hayed. It is on 18 count. It is 2/1 full cross. This 18 count fabric is incredibly dirty because it just has been through war. It's a paper pattern, and so is the butterfly one, so they have been. This was my learning curve for chronic because I didn't know you weren't supposed to double it, so I doubled it, and it's extra thick in there on one side and not on the other. I'm probably I feel like I'm halfway through it, but I still have a way to go. And I have a lot of fabric. I need to just, I feel like I need to just, yeah, you can see how dirty it is. I need to just kind of cut off a certain length there and then count out how far down it goes and cut my border out there too and just get it off of this roll of 18 count, and then I can use whatever's left. I just haven't done that. And, it would probably be easier to stitch if I did that. And then I could probably have my first Hayed finish at some point. But that... Oh, what am I doing here? I don't know. That there is just excruciatingly painful though. Alright, so next up, I'm gonna take it out. I haven't had this out of the frame for a while. This is a freebie in my Facebook group for Total Cross Stitch. This is Sunlight. And this is what Sunlight will look like. And try to get out of here. Now, I stitched on this primarily last year while I was having problems with my dog. Oh goodness, it has not been out of that in a long time. It's very wrinkly. This is 1/1 full cross on 28 count. It's as far as I've gotten. I've finished a few colors because of the moon or the sun. And I've finished a few pages actually, so it's not, I'm almost done with 3 pages, so it's not big by any means. My patterns are usually quite small. I think I had a couple that were a little larger, but most of my patterns are about the size of a mini from Hayed, just because I don't like to have ginormous things. I mean, I like my huge patterns, but sometimes the finish is nice. So next is my first Mirabilia that I have started and bought, and that is the Dressmaker's Daughter. She's a large one by no means. It is on the called for fabric with the called for threads. So this is what is this? 32 count milk chocolate linen by Witchelt. I don't think you need to see the full thing there. You can see it started in the middle with spring. That's as far as I've gotten. Yes, there are some beads done, and some backstitch got started over here. So spring is most of the way done. This is a very hard chart to work on, and I do keep it in its own little box. Well, big box. Next is going to be Freebie Maui Princess from Heaven and Earth Designs, which is no longer on their freebie area anymore. It is on a scroll frame, and this is as far as I am with her. I don't stitch on this very often, but I only just learned this year that I could shorten my scroll frame, which is dumb. I know, I should have known that already. I don't stitch on her very much. It is 1/1 full cross on 25 count, and I have finished at least 2 to 3 pages in here, so yeah, she's very beautiful. Yeah, you should see Nikki, Simply a Stitcher, Nicola from Simply a Stitcher. Hers is almost done. So before I get into well, no, never mind. I can get into this. This only has, I think, yeah, these 2 things. So here's one, which this is a completely stamped beaded all beads kind of thing. It's a winter tree. I have no intention of stitching the symbol down here, but I do have some of it at the bottom started. I just don't do this very often because it's just all beads, which is fun if you like that, but I enjoyed it whenever I bought it and when I first started it, but other than that, no. And then this is a needlepoint. I don't remember what this is. Embroidery. This is embroidery. It's the little kitchen towels, and I almost have one all the way done, but not quite. I should just finish this. It's embroidery, so it's different. It's not the same. And then I don't know what I'm supposed to do with them whenever I'm done with them, so there's that. But before I get into I'll leave my supersized for last, so we're gonna get into this giant last box. So I gotta push that over there and hope it doesn't fall. So let me get this last container, which has everything except for 2 of my 24s. This is my box for my 24 and 24 that I'm doing this year, for this coming year. So you've probably already seen these. His name is Jesus. I don't have it in my pattern keeper anymore. I've already stitched this once in a different color version. Okay. And it was a freebie from, what is it, Joyful Expressions, I think is what it is. This is on 28 count sterling, 2/2. It is halfway done, so this is a possible finish. Yes, it is red, black, and white. The person I'm stitching this for is a Carolina Gamecocks fan, and he's also a assistant pastor at my dad's church. So it is in 310 B5200 and 815. If I can get the picture to show up. real quick. This one is one of my favorites. I'm so glad this is coming out next year. Hurry up, internet.